was a cramped space where we kept emergency supplies, food rations for the trip, and most importantly, our instant coffee. It wasn't as noisy here as it was in the cockpit, so I lowered my headset, hanging it around my neck. I'd still hear Layla if she needed me, I thought, as I pulled 2 paper cups from among the supplies. Then I filled the kettle and flipped the on button. While I waited, a bright green glow blinked on behind the curtain separating our supply room from the passenger cabin. A call light? This late? Or was it this early? Shrugging, I left to investigate. The coffee could wait a moment longer. Soft female snores and content, breathy sighs greeted me as I walked between the seats. I'd only briefly met each of the girls I was chartering back to America before we took off. I ticked them off as I walked by. Megan Hunter, sleeping. Piper Quinn, also fast asleep. That only leaves... The woman in the last seat had natural blonde curls that flowed past her shoulders, expressive, pale green eyes, and a sweet face that spoke of overflowing kindness. "You rang, Miss Morrison?" I grinned down at her. By far, she was the smallest person on the plane. This made her lush curves seem even more pronounced. Being professional was something I took great pride in, so I didn't let myself linger on the more sensuous parts of her body, but rather kept my eyes trained on her heart-shaped face. "Oh, just Hannah is fine," she giggled, her voice carrying a healthy dollop of Southern charm. "I'm not the type to complain over a little informality." "I'll keep that in mind. Just Hannah," I teased. She laughed merrily at my intentionally cheesy joke. "What can I do for you?" I asked. A blush rose to color Hannah's cheeks. "Honestly, I couldn't sleep," she admitted. "I saw you moving behind the curtain and wondered if you'd keep me company a while." She placed a finger conspiratorially over her lips, like we shared a secret now. I glanced back toward the cockpit and scrubbed a hand over my stubble. I suppose I could hang out a second. Anything to keep my passenger happy. Hannah was wearing dark yoga pants that hugged her curves and a cute pink crop top that said "Flower Power" on the front. She untucked her tiny feet from beneath her and leaned closer to me. "Fantastic. How are things in the... Sorry, I don't know the name of the room where you work." "The cockpit?" At my words, she smirked and raised an eyebrow. "Yep, that's it. The cockpit." Her eyes dipped down. It seemed like she was after a little more than just conversation. At nearly 5 a.m? Energetic girl. "Everything is perfect. We should touch down right on time." Smiling politely, I took a surreptitious step back, just to put a little professional distance between us. Now, how to defuse this situation without upsetting her, I thought. "Captain?" Layla's electronic voice came from my headset. "Are you there?" Bingo. Holding an apologetic finger up to Hannah, I shifted the headset back into position. "Yes, I'm here. Is there a problem, number 2? A hesitant silence made my brow furrow with worry. She wouldn't call for nothing. "Layla?" I tried again, dropping the formality. "It's just... For a moment I thought I saw some strange readings on the instrument panel, but now that I'm looking them over, everything seems normal. Sorry to bother you, Captain." Layla's husky laugh was deep and musical to my ears. "I guess I need that coffee more desperately than I thought." "Not a problem, number 2. I'll come up and take a look, just to be safe." I wasn't really worried, but this gave me the perfect excuse to leave without offending my passenger, and I'll remember to bring a brimming cup of coffee for my sleepy copilot. "Why, thank you, Captain. You're so thoughtful," she sassed back, but I knew her words were sincere. "I'm afraid I need to get back to the controls, Hannah," I said. "It was lovely talking with you." "Is something wrong?" she asked, eyes wide under her dark lashes. I opened my mouth to tell her no, but at that moment the plane lurched violently. The sudden shift threw Hannah partially out of her seat and against me. Hannah shrieked,